Good evening, people. Right, we're going to do a Belgian beer today. It's a very popular Belgian beer, an Abbey style beer, by the world famous and slightly mass produced sometimes Leffe, and it's the green label one. It's Leffe Bière De Printemps, which Printemps is French for spring, so Bière De Printemps, beer of spring. It's from a multi-pack, so it's a small 250ml size. See if you can see the label there. Yeah. 250ml, 25 centilitre bottle. Somebody kindly gave me this. I don't know anything about it. I've never even heard of it. And I've tried most of the Leffe beers. So like I say, this one's from a multi-pack. So like I say, that's why it's a small size. It's 6.6% alcohol by volume, which is about average for the Leffe beers. Some of them are slightly stronger, but that's they usually hover around that sort of strength. Yeah, and it recommends serving at 5 degrees C. I've had it out of the fridge for a bit, so it's probably about 7 or 8. Like I said, I don't like it too cold. Glass of choice today is just a chalice glass. Hobgoblin, good old English ale. This is known as a hobgoblet. I had to save up several bottle caps to get this, so put it to some use. Right, without further ado, let's crack it open. Now I'm keeping an eye on my watch now because there's nobody behind the camera, and I waffled on that much last time that I ran over time and it cut half my beer review off. So we're not going to do that this time, so I'm going to keep looking at my watch. Right. Cap off. Done. I'll just come and show you this bottle cap. Not that you'll be able to see it properly. There you go. We can see that alright? No, the light's rubbish. It was worth a shot. It's green and it says Leffe on it. That's all you need to know. Right. Let's get this beer poured out. Alright, it's nice, fairly light colour. It's like an ambery sort of colour, but it's light. Get a big head on this because it's only 250ml. Oh, look at that. Slightly bigger head than I anticipated. It was a less than perfect pour. Right. Already I'm getting some sort of smell coming off that. It's like a nutty smell. Your typical Leffe smell, which is kind of sweet and hoppy. If you've ever had your Leffe Blonde and your Leffe Brune, which is the brown one, they've got a very similar taste and smell. Well, the blonde's slightly nicer, but which is that of a sort of typical Leffe smell. It's sort of sweet and fairly hoppy. You can definitely smell the hops in there. It's a nice tight head. It's creamy. It's lacing a bit. Almost smells a bit milky actually. That's quite bizarre. Hold it up to the light. Yeah. Like a nice amber coloured beer. It's fairly light, sort of a halfway house between the blonde and the brune in colour. Definitely getting the hops, yeah, like I said. Yeah, it's just like a nice rounded smell. Fairly sweet. Definitely hoppy. Not a whole lot else to be honest going on there. But it is quite cold. I'm smelling through the head. So I'll give it another smell halfway down. But cheers folks, let's taste it. It's really nice. So a beer of spring, I assume it's a seasonal beer. But the word nice isn't going to cut it. I'm going to have to review it properly and give it a proper description. So I would say it's like I say, if you've ever had like I said before, the blonde or the brune or brown, not only does it look and smell halfway between, but it almost tastes halfway between the two as well. You start off with a sweetness. It's a medium to light bodied beer, feel in the mouth. Start off with a sweetness and you feel like a coppery and a bitterness on the end of your tongue, and the finish is like it's long and dry. There's definitely spicy hops, you can taste them definitely right at the end. Yeah, you wouldn't want it any colder than I've served it, to be honest with you, but it's very, very metallic. Now don't let that put you off, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's warming, like I say, 6.6%. It's quite fruity, it's got quite a fruity taste to it. Not much of a hoppy taste as such, it's more sort of sweet and almost nutty, but the hops you can feel at the end, with a bitterness on the end of your tongue, the dry bitterness. But all in all, I would say, although not massively spectacular, which, like I say, Leffe is quite a mass-produced beer. There's only one or two that really stand out of the Leffe range, if you ever had them. That's Leffe Radius, which is a lovely beer, or Ville Cuvée, which is very similar. Some people reckon it's the same beer. That's a really sort of rich red, fruity beer. It's lovely. It's quite strong. It's about 8.5, I think. And Leffe Triple, which is 8.5, I think, or 8.4, which is gorgeous. That's probably their best beer. Leffe Triple is their only bottle condition beer. And then they do their strongest one, which is Leffe 9, which is horrible, in my opinion. It just tastes like hops. That's it. But yeah, this one is a fairly basic beer. It's nice and well rounded. It's hoppy. It's sweet. It's fairly warming. Yeah, that's that beer again is Leffe Bière De Printemps. Ho ho ho.